The 49ers are gearing up for week 1 against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. We finally signed Trent Williams, and Ricky Pearsall gets shot in San Francisco. We'll talk about all that and more today on 49ers Uncovered. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to 49ers Uncovered. My name is Mase. You can find me on Twitter at CaliKing49er17. With me, as always, my co-host Chris. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. We got some big news to cover, all about the Niners and about the Jets. Let's just dive on into it. The Ricky Pearsall situation. Ricky Pearsall was in, Union Square in San Francisco. He was, I don't want to say like gunned down, but someone ran up on him, tried to rob him. He got shot. The gunman got shot. He got put in the hospital. No major damage or anything. I mean, obviously, it's a gunshot wound, so that's horrible. What are your thoughts on that? Have you heard anything about his return?
I have not. I know they put him on the IR, so he'll be gone at least 4 weeks. But we'll see. It could be more. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they said
I've had a lot of experience with gunshots like that, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, thank God that he is okay. He's out of the hospital. Probably going to take some time to recover. But the alleged gunman was only 17. So that's horrible, man. That's all around not good stuff.
No.
Something that is good stuff, though, concerning the 49ers, Trent Williams is not even rumored. I guess he's about to sign the extension, get some more guaranteed money. What does this mean for the Niners?
It's everything, man. I mean, without him on the field, Purdy could be running for his life,
Yeah. Yeah, it's good because you want the entire offensive line to start to gain camaraderie, start to get tighter as the season goes on. And if you don't have your anchor and your main guy and probably one of the best guys, if not the best guy in the game there, not good for business. Like we said earlier, we would like to have him in preseason so we can kind of teach the younger guys. But him sliding up next to Pooney, or Pooney, I guess, sliding in next to him, per se, that's going to be a nice little duo there. What do you think about that?
I like it, man. Pooney, we've talked about him several times, had a very good camp, very good preseason. Yeah. He looked really good for a rookie, so them side by side is going to be huge.
Yeah, I'm going to run over the injury report as it stands right now. Teams release injury reports on Wednesday. We're recording this on the 3rd, which is a Tuesday. Ricky Pearsall, as we just stated, he's going to be out for a couple weeks. Shoulder. Elijah Mitchell, hamstring. He's on IR. He's out, I think, for the whole year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Isaac Guerrero is dealing with a groin injury. That guy cannot stay healthy. Questionable for week 1. Juwan Jennings is oblique. He's still questionable. Ambry Thomas is on IR, but could come back as early as week 5. Same thing for John Feliciano, who's got the knee injury. Leonard Floyd is questionable, but I think he's trending upward right now. Taloa Hufanga, I don't think is trending up right now. He is still questionable. Dre Greenlaw out till week 5 with the Achilles. D. Winters now is on the injury report with an ankle injury. CMC, I believe, is practicing, but he's still on this list for the calf injury, but I think he's trending upward and will be good to go week 1. Same thing for Fred Warner, who's got the foot injury. I think he'll be good to go week 1. Spencer Burford, hand injury. I'm not sure if he'll be good to go, but even if he is, I think he's going to be depth anyways. Yatir Gross-Matos with the knee injury. He's questionable. I've not heard much on him. Aaron Banks with the finger still. He could come back. Not sure. Hopefully he does, though. And then Drake Jackson is on the PUP. You want to talk about anyone on that injury list for San Francisco?
Tough, man. They've had a lot of injuries. Can't wait for Hufanga to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Big Play Dre are two guys that you definitely want to have back. With Campbell sliding in at linebacker, it's still kind of nice. I think that's still a luxury position for us, especially with the depth that we have. But just to add Greenlaw back into the mix is just going to make us even better. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to dive into the Jets injury report right now as it stands. Michael Carter, the cornerback, has an ankle injury. He's questionable. Leki Fotu and Kenny Yoba, a defensive tackle and a tight end, both on injured reserve. Hassan Reddick is still not reported. and I don't think that they've had any developments inside of their contract negotiation or whatever it is. Backup quarterback Jordan Travis, he's not going to be playing against San Francisco. Looks like Tyron Smith, the offensive tackle, has an undisclosed injury. He's questionable. Newman Johnson as well, offensive guard with a shoulder injury. Mike Williams is knee ACL. He's questionable for week 1. I anticipate them bringing him back kind of slowly. Not really sure there, though, because he has had some injury years. And then Quinnen Williams has a shoulder injury and is on he's not on anything. Sorry, he's just questionable. So we kind of looked at the Niners, and I guess we'll look at their offense as it stands right now. You have Williams on the left. I guess they put him next to Banks. Brendel in the middle, Pooney, and McKivitz. Do you think that's how the line goes from left to right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think with the way that Pooney has been playing, I think he'd be better suited on the line at least to be next to McKivitz. Obviously, he hasn't played in a real NFL game yet, but I am excited to see him in action. Ayuk at the X, Samuel, wide receiver 2/RB2, maybe. I guess maybe not with JP Mason, right? That's RB2. McCaffrey, running back 1, and Jennings in the slot. Is that what you're thinking?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. And 2 running back sets. Obviously, Juice comes in. 2 tight end sets. Eric Saubert?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking as well. So on the defensive side for the Jets, they have Jermaine Johnson and Quinn Williams, Javon Kinlaw, who we know too well, and then Michael Clemens. And Michael Clemens is pretty sleepy on the outside. He's a really good pass rush guy. He can wrap up tackler as well, or the running back, things like that. Mosley's in the middle with Quinn Williams, and then Reed and Gardner are kind of the feature guys on the outside. Is there any guy on that defense that you want to talk about?
They're solid, man. Quinnen Williams, I really like him.
Yeah, he's a beast in the middle.
Yeah, Mosley too, man.
Yeah, though they've got some hitters. Robert Saleh, he is a former Niner, so kind of maybe not the same exact scheme, but the same kind of mindset. You build that 7 and then kind of let the defensive backs fall into place. They have one of the best corners in the league, if not the best corner in the league, in Sauce Gardner. Yeah. So that's a real luxury there. Their safeties aren't the strongest in the league, but they're still efficient for what they do. And like we said, they also have the pass rush. But missing Son Riddick, how big is that going to be for them?
Huge.
Do you think it lasts way deep into the season, or?
It could. I mean, if he's not signed by now, who knows how long it'll go on, but he's a beast.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Go ahead.
They're going to want him out there at some point. He's a beast.
Yeah. I mean, they do have a couple guys, McDonald, I think, who was a former first-round pick. So they've got some rotational guys there still as well, but you always want a big name like Son Riddick to go. Quincy Williams, DJ Reed, and CJ Mosley were the Jets' leaders in defensive targets last year with 66+. Would the Niners be smart to target the linebacker core in this first matchup?
Yeah. I think so. I mean, their corners are solid. But, yeah, target those linebackers, man. See what happens.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, do you think that Sauce sticks one-on-one on Ayuk, or do you think he just goes with whoever they put on his side?
He'll probably stick with Ayuk if I were to guess.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're good enough on the other side that do whatever, but I don't think a full-fledged playbook like Shanahan style, but there's going to be a lot of motion. There's going to be a lot of seeing what's going on. Probably so on the offensive side as well. When it comes to the Jets, we'll dive into the Jets offensive group. They have Smith, Simpson, Tippmann, Vera Tucker, and Moses. 2 tackles who I don't believe were with them last year. Do you have any thoughts or concerns on this line, or do you think that this line's pretty good?
Last year they really struggled. It was not pretty for their quarterbacks. They had no protection.
Yeah.
But we'll see how they step up this year.
Yeah, if there is a weak point in the line, Hargraves or Collins is going to have to get it out. Maybe we'll do a twist or something, get some of those edge guys on the inside. Their left guard center combo is not the greatest in the league. So matching up against them, we have Leonard Floyd, Javon Hargrave, Lee Collins, and Bosa. Floyd is the human who, I guess, did the injury to Rodgers last year that put him out. Do you think Rodgers has any of that in his head, or do you think – I mean, I don't know. It's been what? a year, 2 years since he's played, year and a half. So what do you like? Do you think he comes out with some cobwebs, or what do you think is going through Rodgers' head?
I think he'll probably come out and get hit one time, and then he'll say, well, I'm good.
Yeah. He's going to go out there and try to juice the Niners. I know he maybe not even secretly, he just hates the Niners, man, going back all the way to his draft day, right?
Normally you have to get hit one time to just say, I'm good.
Yeah, get it all out there, stuff like that. Williams and Wilson on the outside. We kind of talked about this we had a family draft the other day, fantasy, and we were saying, do you think that Alan Lazard is on the field or Malachi Corley? And we were kind of saying maybe Lazard just because of the familiarity. Are you still thinking that?
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers really relies on trust of his wide receivers, and he's proven that he trusts Lazard.
Yeah, he's a huge target too. May not be the best in the business, but they'll throw him in the slot, especially in the red zone. He'll kind of be the not forgotten about guy, but a guy that kind of slips through. Another guy that kind of slips through in the red zone. I'm thinking this year, fantasy sleeper as well. Conklin, their tight end. Him and Brees Hall. Do you have any thoughts on them?
Solid. I mean, Conklin is probably a middle-of-the-road tight end.
Yeah.
But Brees Hall is a stud. One of the best running backs in the NFL, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That goes without saying. Niners linebackers Campbell, Warner, and Flanagan fouls. Lenore is playing outside with Ward, but in two linebacker situations, Lenore is moving to slot and Yadam is coming out outside. It looks like right now, from what I'm seeing, Odom is going to be playing deep and Jair Brown is inside. I think that's the right move. Do you think the Niners should play Odom or Mustafa? God, I always mess this up.
It looks like they're thinking Odom. You know, they see these guys at practices. They've seen them in training camp, so you got to trust it.
Yeah, I think Odom's kind of put in his time as a special teams killer for us. So it'd kind of be nice to see him fill in the role just in time, put Mustafa in at special teams and see what he can do, try to create some tenacity there and see if he can fill that role as well going forward. We like our DBs. You like our DBs?
Love them.
You feeling strong about him, or do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to pick him apart game one?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is good, but I think they'll be fine. It's, we've talked about it before. Best defensive backfield that we've had in several years.
Dude, 100%. So last year, Drake Jackson had 3 sacks, 5 pressures. Do you think there's a player on this Niners defense who's just going to come out of nowhere and put up some stats?
Probably, man. Devondre Campbell, I think, is going to have a good game.
Yeah, I would go with Flanagan fouls. I think if he is on the field, I think they're going to try to target him and exploit him just because he is the most inexperienced of. But in the passing game, probably Campbell for sure, right? He's probably lost a step since his all-pro.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you think who wants to win more, Kyle Shanahan or Robert Saleh, and why?
Probably Saleh. Just he was in the shadow of Shanahan for a few years, so it's probably.
Yeah. So okay, I probably worded that wrong. I probably shouldn't have said who wants to win more. It's like what this win would mean more for. There's a lot, I guess, going on between the teams. Robert Saleh was talking good about Jed York and the entire Niners organization for giving him a shot. Aaron Rodgers has the hatred from not being drafted by them, but being an NorCal kid. Even ran the same style of offense and stuff. They went with Alex Smith instead. Just a whole lot of history. What is the biggest, I guess, storyline for you heading into this game?
Probably then Saleh.
Yeah.
Because, he's going to want it.
Yeah, he definitely helped build our defense in the beginning and stuff, right? Took the licks with us. Yeah. Moved on, got the job, and he just never really had a quarterback. Finally got one, and then it was taken away as fast as they signed him. So we'll see what they got in store. Do you have anything else you want to cover on this game before we close this out?
Nah, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So for this edition of 49ers Uncovered, I'm Mase. That's Chris. Go Niners. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully after the Niners dub. Take it easy.